They call me Dan, the Lakers fan. And I got a master plan for the Lakers back to the promised land. Spread the vision through my people, cause we fans are equal. When we reach 20K subs, yeah, we gon' drop a sequel. Another Laker anthem track, watch me run it back. Got the keys to the city where my Laker jet.
What up, Laker family? It's your boy DTLF back with another video, guys. Today's a good one. Today's actually a really good one because the future for your Los Angeles Lakers is, or at least it seems very secure right now. Not only are we about to play our first playoff game as a top 3 seed in the West coming up tomorrow, right, versus the Timberwolves, but the Lakers have just extended Rob Pelinka and promoted Rob Pelinka. Breaking news. Your Los Angeles Lakers have signed Rob Pelinka to a contract extension with his new title as president of basketball operations along with general manager. Sources tell ESPN. Guys, I was out all day today, and I seen this on my phone earlier. I was out. I was in a business meeting, and I couldn't do this video, but I was excited because, you know, for a long time, we didn't have a direction, right? Since I'd like to say since Phil Jackson retired, we really did not have a direction. We were kind of looking for new leadership, right? We were looking for ownership to step up. Now we finally have that. We have the direction. We have the stability. We have, we have a true vision for the now and the future, which is, I think, something Lakers fans wanted. We wanted to build with the future, and we also wanted to compete in the now. And think about it. Think about what Rob Pelinka has done this season, right? He signs a head coach who has no experience. So that's a gamble right there. You roll the dice. Okay, it gets you 50 wins. Congratulations. Check. You found your coach of the future. Then he goes and he trades D'Angelo Russell for DFS. Another controversial move. A lot of casuals were like, oh, it's a bad trade. Oh, where are you going to get this scoring from? Meanwhile, we were here on this channel telling them that we didn't need scoring. We needed defense. Check. 2 for 2. Then he goes out and he does one of the biggest blockbusters in the history of the NBA and the Lakers. And the NBA and the Lakers. Think about that, guys. Those are the things that Rob Pelinka was able to accomplish this year. And that's before we even get to the playoffs to see if he can help us compete for another title. He already has one under his belt. Can he have another one? Hey, let me tell you something, man. For a long time, it seemed like he wasn't going to do anything. So I don't blame those people that wanted him fired at that time. For me, it was on 2 strikes, right? He needed to show me something. He showed me something this year, right? Now he gets a clean slate. All his strikes are removed, and he gets a promotion. I mean, this dude is a beast. You know, that the fact that he's able to be all of that and do it successfully, and most importantly, under all the scrutiny, he's under the limelight. He's always going to have criticism because it is Los Angeles. So, yeah, people wanted him fired, but he proved himself. So congratulations to him, man. And now he's the president of basketball operations. That means that Genie now trusts him not only to be that consultant and that GM, but vice president of the team. That means he really going to be able to do a lot of trades he wants to do. He don't have to answer to Kurt Rambis or Linda Rambis, or even, you know, he can run it by Jeannie Buss, as everything runs through her. So she's the main owner, but he's going to be able to make a lot of decisions now. And I feel at peace with it. I mean, he's done a great job, especially this season, guys, especially this season. Let's think about it. If he doesn't make that trade, for Anthony Davis, I think we would have been in the play-in tournament again, because remember, Anthony Davis got injured again and he was out for a month, right? So we probably would have had a similar fate to the one that Dallas Mavericks had, which is what was one of my concerns this whole time. But yeah, it's a celebratory day. It's the day before the playoffs, guys. We're all excited. I wanted to bring you guys the breaking news. Hopefully everybody is having a phenomenal happy Friday. Thank you, Lake Show Girl. Happy Friday to you as well, and happy streaming. D Free says bro was already the GM. I think he still wears too many hats personally as GM and president of basketball operations. I don't think he's been great overall as a GM, but the Luka trade was a no-brainer extension move. Well, there's been bad. It hasn't been a honeymoon walk the whole time. But if we really look at the extent of his career, like from the outside lens looking in, we can see that, yeah, there's been some bad moves. Russell Westbrook, most notably, you know, certain things he did, him and Magic Johnson trading Zubats. Those are like the bad trades. But the good trades, trading for Anthony Davis, right? Being able to land a championship, putting together a roster after Kawhi Leonard spurned us for the flippers. Worst mistake he ever made in his career, which we called then. But being able to turn around and get the right free agents and the right piece and the right team to win a championship that year. And then, just winning a championship. Most importantly, you win that championship and now you got a franchise player. You're able to hold on to Austin Reeves. They're all under contract for the foreseeable future. By the way, Malika Andrews, if you guys didn't catch that interview that Luka did with Malika Andrews, definitely check it out. Luka's staying. He's going to extend. And I think he's eligible for, let me see. I think he's eligible to become or to sign an extension. I think this summer, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check that. But yeah, I think he might be eligible this summer to sign that extension, which is beautiful. I mean, it's perfect timing to everything. First time in his career he ever was a top seed in the West, has home court advantage. The way we have received him, a hero's welcome here. He's embraced the community. He talked about his loyalty. If you guys didn't see that interview, make sure you guys catch that. It was really, really, really good. Also, Jeannie Buss recently did an interview, so check that one out as well. But it was funny. He said he threw his phone. It shattered. He didn't buy a new one. He's old school, kind of like me. He likes to use things till they completely don't work. You know what I'm saying? So it's it's refreshing to have somebody as humble as Luka. But besides the point, he's going to be here for a long time. Austin's probably going to be here for a long time. Rui looks like they want to keep him as a part of the core. Vando, if he can stay healthy and develop a corner three, who knows, right, with him. But it looks like we have a core. We have a future. We still have draft picks, contrary to what a lot of people believe. We still have draft picks. We don't have this year's draft pick, but we have next year's draft pick, right, and so on and so forth. We have a now and a future, and Rob Pelinka is a huge part of that. So got to give him so much props. What's up, Kimmy Goat? Good to see you, Kimmy Goat. Welcome. Hey, Jonathan, thank you so much for Super Chat, brother. He said, what up, Dan? Blessings. Luka here to stay. Go LA. Thank you for sending me the tweets you did, brother, because I would have seen them, but when I get that notification from you guys, it just, I was in a business meeting, so I look down and I see it, I'm like, oh yeah, for sure. But we still got some work to do. Obviously, this team is as healthy as it's been in a while. Even Maxi Kleber is out here shooting and doing some phenomenal things in practice. Hopefully he eventually gets to play. Not sure if he will be incorporated regardless. The Timberwolves are interesting. Magic Johnson recently tweeted that he was afraid for his Lakers. I don't know why, Magic. You're not built like that, bro. We're never afraid, no matter what, even going up against Boston, but let alone the Timberwolves. Now, precautious would be something, or intrigued by the series because it could get good would be a different thing. But the fact that he said that he was afraid, disappointing me a little bit by the Magic, man. Shout out to the Hall of Famer, though. We love Magic. But still, the fact that he said he was a little intimidated by the Timberwolves and he said the most entertaining superstar in Ant-Man. Man, if I'm Luka, I'm taking that person. I'm like, hey, listen, I'm just as entertaining, if not more. So, yeah. Let's see. Mr. Incredible says Pelinka was the man of his word. He said he was going to hold out for a big splash, and he set us up for the future. He earned the promotion in my eyes, too. Oh, listen, anybody who was able to land a trade like the one he did, he probably earned himself a lifetime promotion here. And the more championships he wins during the Luka stint, the longer his stretch will be, by 5 years per championship. Okay? I'm telling you right now. And not only that, but you're right. He kept his promise, right? He stayed patient. A lot of us thought he was BSing, myself included. I was like, man, he's BSing, man. He's holding out. He's wasting away prime careers of LeBron and AD. Well, he ended up holding out for exactly who he thought he was going to get. And that was a superstar, a true superstar, top 3 player in this league. I think by next year, he'll be the top player. And, he did his thing, man. I couldn't be happier for him. And but remember this, there's always going to be misses. There was hit and misses along the way. It wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. That's for sure. A trade like this tends to make you forget about everything. There's been plenty of missteps. He missed in the draft a couple of times, taking Jalen Hood-Schifino over Cam Whitmore or Jaime Jaquez. Little things like that. And then obviously the Westbrook trade to me was the worst. Set us back a couple of years. not getting a big man for all these years since 2020, going away from what worked. There was some missteps, but hopefully he learned from these, and now he can, I think, I definitely think he can take input from players like LeBron, Luka, Austin to build this thing moving forward because these guys are super cerebral. They know exactly what we need. So that's going to help him stay at the top for a very long time. Thank you so much, Kimmy Goat. Yes, we'll be covering the second game. I didn't make it in time for this game. I might even do the VIP pass for the second half of the Hawks versus the Miami Heat. So stay tuned for that on playback. Make sure you guys don't stay back. I do have you guys. I will be on camera for the Grizzlies versus Dallas Mavericks. Go Mavericks. That should be interesting. Winner advances to face the Thunder. Loser goes home. All right, this is what we want to watch in the playoffs. For sure. Game 7s, basically. Melly, he said, bro, I watch your channel grow, and it's really motivational. Thanks, man. Hey, listen, none of it's possible without you guys, man. Keep hitting that like button, bro, and I'll keep grinding overtime. I was out in L.A., man. Just got home today. A lot of traffic. Exhausted, but I always have enough energy for the Laker family, man, and I'm very blessed, bro, that I can motivate others and inspire others to keep going and doing what y'all do. I saw the interview. He's happy AF. Yeah, bro, I was listening to it on the way home. I wasn't looking because I was driving on the freeway, but I was listening to it, and Luka, man, he's ours, man. I'm not surprised. There's some delusional Maverick fans that were holding out thinking once Nico got fired, he would go back. That's not going to happen. Once you're ours forever, ever, forever. I'm telling you, man. He's never leaving the Lakers, man, unless we wanted him to or he requested a trade. But he's going to sign that contract extension this summer, and the Lakers' future is going to be set to the point where free agents are going to be wanting to take pay cuts to come here. Maybe even LeBron. You never know. He might restructure his contract again or not. He deserves all the money he can get, but it'll be interesting to see what happens this offseason, man, and I'm here to cover it end to end. So make sure y'all subscribe and all that good stuff, man. Absolutely. D-Free said, yeah, there's always hits and misses for sure, but he already got extended for getting the chip. He also got extended when Frank was fired, and he also hired him, signed none and more. I don't think he's as a whole, it's mostly good, but that being said, Luka, the trade is a trade that extends every GM. Exactly, bro. Absolutely. That's the key right there. That Luka trade is going to get him in there, and Luka championships are going to extend them even more. I'm okay because we finally have a direction, man. We know what the face of the organization looks like. It's Genie Rob combination. It's both of them together. And I like the fact that they've been coming up. Now, here's my only complaint. All right, Genie. So graceful when we're winning and we're at the top 3. I love hearing her do interviews, but sometimes I would also like her doing interviews when we're struggling, and she did a couple in the past, but I feel like Rob needs to do the same thing. Rob needs to give his face when we're struggling too, not just when we're doing good. So that's that's my only criticism of this whole thing. But yeah, there's been ups and downs, hits and misses, and all of that stuff. Let's see here. Daniel, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for the love, man. Appreciate the super chat. He said, that Dorian Smith trade was huge, won by Rob the Shark. Memphis was close to getting him, but Pelinka got it done. We have the flexibility this offseason too. Daniel, yes. And remember, when that trade happened, I knew things were going to start trending in the right direction for us because D'Angelo he wasn't as bad as Westbrook for chemistry, right? Obviously, he had friends. Everybody loved them. AD loved them. Austin Reeves, they seemed to be best buds, but it just seemed like his heart wasn't in the basketball. It feels like he was here for the podcasting and all the Hollywood limelight stuff. So we had to ship him out. He sucked in the playoffs last year. Had to ship him off. He got off to a slow start, and we just didn't have time to hold his hand. He's damn near 30, So I'm glad that trade happened. And DFS is a real professional. He's gone through his little slumps too, but one thing about him, he always plays hard. He helps on the glass, and he defends extremely well. Like you said, he gives us that flexibility, man, for us to be able to do different things, switch multiple positions, and be able to do some great things, man. So, yeah, bro, absolutely. That's the thing right there. Rob Pelinka, like I said, to me, there were 3 steps that got him this extension. The hire of J.J. Redick, the firing of Darvin Ham had to be done, but the hire had to be a successful one. We can all agree that so far it's been great. Okay. It is, I would say it's a B+ hire so far. Could be better. Could be better. If we didn't stunt Dalton Connect's growth and did a couple of questionable things along the way, it would have been an A+ higher. But B+ is really high for a rookie coach. Okay, we'll subject to change the grade when the playoffs conclude. Okay, so it could get higher or it could be lower or stay the same. We'll see. But that was the first great move. The second one was trading D'Lo away, getting DFS back without giving up too much. And then the final one, because we knew D'Lo was going to walk for sure in the offseason. He was not coming back, especially after being benched. So he had to be traded. That's how I knew he was going to get traded. And the final one was the Luka Doncic was a stupid cherry on top because nobody even saw that coming, not even myself. And I'm Dan Stradamus. I get to predict these things, and I couldn't even predict this, even though I did predict that Luka would potentially become a Laker in the future. But damn, and at 25, now 26, in his prime, I never could have imagined. So what a blessing it was, Daniel. And I love what Rob has done this year. He's redeemed himself and any question marks for me that I had about him this year for sure. He's absolutely a shark. He waited for the right time to strike, and he got it done, right? He said, yo, I'm nervous for tomorrow, but so excited at the same time. Shout out to Kobe for leaving us, Rob. The final gift that Kobe Bryant left was Rob Pelinka for sure. For sure. Very, very excited. I'm nervous. I'm even more nervous for my good friend Kobe, who he hit on all of his parlays. I think he bet on like 8 teams. He hit on like 7 of them. And the last one for him to get 10K is the Laker game. If the Lakers win, this man will make 10 racks out of $1. So I hope that happens so I can get that post-game interview here live with him. That would be awesome. That would be the first big-time gambling winner that I have on my channel as far as sports betting goes. So that would be really cool. Yo, Just Be, no problem, brother. No problem. Just basically gave the rundown. Rob Pelinka gets extended and promoted to president of basketball ops. He's got the certified stamp now. That means Jeannie trusts you forever. He's gonna be get used to Rob Pelinka, y'all. He's gonna be here for a long time. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. Yeah, definitely hit the like button. Appreciate you, Kimmy Goat. Absolutely. Let's see. D Free says Rob ain't nowhere to be seen when we struggle. Yeah, I'm saying, bro, that's about my only criticism I have for him. I know mistakes will be made, and I know that at times. Like right now with the Luka trade, this man's signing autographs. Everybody's following him around, calling him the GOAT and all that. Rightfully so, but we need him to get phased whenever we do struggle. Those moments will come, maybe down the road, years down the road. But when they do happen, we need him to be out there, just the way he's out here now. The same way. So, hey Dan, got any more merch yet? You had some of the most fire, bro. That company went under. Unfortunately, we couldn't get it together. The communication wasn't there. For whatever reason, we just didn't get the chemistry right, unfortunately. And I wish those guys the best. But yeah, that company went under. If I ever do drop merch, it'll be my own. A lot of those ideas were mine. So if you like a lot of that style, I will bring something similar but different in the future. For now, I do not have any clothing or any brand of clothing. What I do have is an album dropping for you October 31st. So stay tuned for that, man. Getting amazing feedback for the single. And it's gotten over 1,000 streams on Apple Music and Spotify. So yeah, not Spotify, sorry, Apple Music, and I forgot what other platform. But now I'm back featuring yours truly. Is out now on every streaming platform. So go check that out for sure. But appreciate y'all. Everybody's been asking me for merch for a while, and I'll bring it back, but with a vengeance eventually. I got you guys, man, and I'm gonna do plenty of giveaways and all that good stuff. I'm gonna hook you guys up for real. Let's see. 2.5 generational players on the same team. Facts. And you know what? I don't think we're giving Austin Reeves enough credit because he might be the greatest undrafted player of all time when it's all said and done. And we're witnessing the birth of that. So he's already an all-star in my opinion now, not unofficially because he didn't make the all-star team this year, but he's a 20-point per game, 5.5 assist guy. If he elevates that to like 23 or 25, anywhere between that next year, which he could with this play style we have, and Luka as an unselfish superstar, LeBron as an unselfish superstar, I think Austin can continue to ascend. He's got the skill set. Kylo Ren says, Dan, you got a hustle outside of YouTube? I got plenty of them. First of all, I'm sponsored by multiple companies. That's number one. Secondly, I do YouTube and I do playback. So y'all make sure to tap in with playback. And I do music on top of that. I used to have like 3 jobs, bro. I've been a hustler my whole life. But I quit my 2 jobs to do this full time, and that's why we've been able to ascend this channel with your guys' help, of course. But yeah, man, a lot of side hustles, a lot of things, man. I also collect and sell basketball cards. Collect all the ones that have been gifted to me are collected, and then the ones that I, open packs and I don't like, I sell those. So, but yeah, a lot of side hustles, bro. It's the only way to live out here in Cali. You can't make it unless if y'all thought this was my only source of income, yeah, I wouldn't be able to make it, fam. I would not be able to make it if this was it for me. But thankfully, this is a huge source of my income, and but I do what I love to do for a living, man. I cannot complain. What is it with the Lakers' issue with centers? They had years to bring a good one and chose Len. That was another misstep right there by Rob, but it was a minor one because he's only there for insurance policy purposes. I would have much preferred Debo, Jamison the third, or I would have preferred somebody else. Right, for a while, there was a couple of centers in the open market that we could have went after. Moses Brown was one of them. That's a great question, Sharon, and it's unfortunate that the Lakers haven't been able to hit on a good center. But I have a good feeling that's about to change this summer because, because we have Luka and LeBron now advising, and if you really want to extend Luka for a long term, he's going to have a lot to say about what we do with our personnel and our team. And I think there's plenty of room for improvement. There was a lot of dead weight on this roster this year, and we still managed to get a top 3 seed. Imagine what we could do with a full year of Luka, LeBron, and Austin, plus better surrounding cast, than guys like Cam Reddish, who were here for too long, guys like that really weren't making an impact. And now Alex Len, we can get rid of those and just, improve around the fringes. I think that's the idea right there, right? Let's see. D Prince says, Udonis Haslem out here looking like a clown with his horrible takes. He did not have Luka or Bron in his top 5 players that will perform great in the playoffs. Yeah, Udonis Haslem is very biased. He's very pro-Miami, so yeah. Try to Judah says, Dan, did you watch the Lakers practice video? Not the one today, man. I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off today, running errands, man, doing business meetings and stuff. And like I said, I just got home from LA. It was a 2-hour drive because of traffic. And it was not very pleasant. But happy to be here now, guys. I got you guys covered with the Rob Pelinka breaking news. Giving you guys little minor updates here and there. And again, Luka Doncic expressing his desire to stay loyal to the Lakers. Very happy to hear that. Also, let me see if I can do a Prize Picks entry, y'all. I have not done one in quite some time. So let me go ahead and load that up real quick. Bear with me here as I load it up, man. How's your guys' Friday doing? Hopefully everybody's chilling, man, having a good Friday. We'll be covering the game later on playback. It is Flex Friday today it's Flex Friday today, so that means whatever you submit. Oh, and they got a promo too. They got a promo, man. You can win a VIP trip to go watch the finals just by submitting. Create a $5 3-pick Flex NBA lineup in the playoffs. Every lineup equals 1 entry to win a VIP trip to sit courtside in the NBA ship. So let's do that together. Now let me go ahead and I haven't loaded up my account real quick here. Do that. My bad, guys. I'm running. Like I said, I've been doing so much today. But I'm happy to be home, man. It feels good. There's no place like home, right? When you get weave and bob through all the traffic and, I'm saying, you're out there on the streets, it just feels phenomenal to finally get to your home and your comfortable setting and just to be here with the Laker family. All right, let's go ahead and run the Prize Picks entry now. Let's see. I'll answer a couple more questions. Alicia says, Dan, did you see what Magic Johnson tweeted about being scared for the Lakers facing the Timberwolves? I'm not scared at all. Like I said, I'm a little disappointed he said that. We're all Ant-Man fans. We know what he can do. But he's never scratched the surface of what LeBron can do and what LeBron has done his career. I'm disappointed when sometimes legends can chime in a little too loud and make the unwanted noise. And that's what happened there. All right, let's go ahead and submit the Prize Picks entry for today. I'm excited because I haven't done one of these. And like I said, a $5 entry will get you guys, a chance for a trip. Let's see. We also got the Flex Friday. Make sure you guys always. Here it is. See, 2 tickets. Let's go. Here it is. Flex Friday. Make sure you always opt in, guys. That is the key to getting your money back if you don't win anything. It's basically a pressure-free entry here. John Moran for 2.5 threes. He didn't hit it last game. I think he'll hit it this game. This modern NBA shoots tons of threes. I think he'll hit 2. Luka, that's for tomorrow's game. Let's see, Kate Cunningham. I want to do today's entry only. I'm not trying to do. Let's see, Zach Edey, 12.5 rebounds. He's been getting that. So I'm going to go ahead and pick him up. I'm going to trust that he can at least rebound. Make yourself useful, young man. Make yourself very useful. What else we got here? Let's go with. Let's see. There's some live entries going on right now as well. Atlanta's already losing to Miami 23-16. No surprise there. I figured Miami would win that game. They got Duncan Robinson at 6.5 points. Tyler Hero at 19.5. He's got nothing. He's got 0 so far in the first quarter. I'm going to go ahead and go under. I'm going to go under. Like I said, it's a risk-free entry. The rookie, I'm going to go under on 11.5. Rookies tend to struggle in the postseason, especially in elimination games. Andrew Wiggins is already locked in. Who else? Who else we got? Desmond Bain for 22.5. That's for later on's game. He balled out the last game. Jaren Jackson struggled. I think Jaren Jackson's going to struggle again. There's better bigs in the paint for Dallas. Let's do who else? Scottie Pippen Jr. struggled last game. I have a feeling he'll have a bounce back game. He gets tons of minutes. He'll have a bounce back game. Max Christie, nah. He's been struggling a lot since he got relegated to the bench. Who else? Who else plays today? Let's go with Anthony Davis. I'm gonna believe in Anthony. Oh, I guess I already have the maximum amount of picks today. Let's go. So $10 to get us $270. It is protected. Make sure you click this right here. It is protected. $10 to get us $270. Man, hopefully we hit. So feel free to tap in with my promo code DTLF. Feel free to tail or just change whatever you want. Successful lineup entry. It's been a minute since we did an entry, so I really wanted to do one today. Yeah, but you know what, Alicia, to answer your question, I was severely disappointed with Magic Johnson and what he said. I know it's going to be a close series, but if you can't believe in Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves and Coach JJ Redick, I don't know what to tell you, man. Come on, man. Now, I'm a fan of Ant just as much as anybody else is, but 1 versus 3, right? 3 stars versus 1. I like our chances. I like our odds a lot. Thank you so much, Kimmy Goat. There's the promo code right here on the screen. Make sure y'all tap in with promo code DTLF. You play and deposit your first 10, you get $50. It's the perfect time to get in during the playoffs. Everything's a lot more predictable, a lot bigger chances of winning money. Look at my boy Kobe, man. He won big. Not this app, different app, but he won big. So get in on the action right now. Let's see. Comments, questions, concerns. Anybody? So yeah, just to run down real quick. Luka Doncic spoke highly of the Lakers organization. Most likely will sign a contract extension. Rob Pelinka just signed a contract extension and gets promoted. And the Lakers play tomorrow versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. So all in all, just a wonderful Friday afternoon, man. How y'all doing? KJ said championship run begins now. Let's get it, my boy. Hell yeah. Let's see. What it do, DTLF and Lakers family? It's playoff time. I'm extremely excited for the playoffs, and I might even do a post game tonight, depending on the outcome of both these playoff games. If the Mavericks can somehow pull off the upset, that'll be nuts, yo. If somehow the Mavericks can beat the Grizzlies, I think the Grizzlies will take it. I think the Grizzlies will put up a bigger fight versus the Thunder. But if somehow the Mavericks can pull that off, I'm impressed and I'm intrigued by it. And I will be covering that game. I will be live on playback. Make sure you guys are there. They're giving me a little bit more VIP passes, I think, during the playoffs, at least the last couple games. Hopefully that continues. So be there. Get a chance to watch along with me and the best NBA/Laker community. Going to be great. But here it is. Who do you guys think matches up better versus the Thunder? Right? Because you got all these teams here. It's either going to be the Mavericks or the Grizzlies. Who would you guys like to see in a 7-game versus the Thunder? That's what I want to know. Hey, Jeremy, good to see you too, man. What games are being played today? Well, today, right now, currently as we speak, Miami Heat versus the Atlanta Hawks are being played right now as we speak. And then later on, which I will be covering, I think at 7 it tips off, Mavericks versus Grizzlies. Yeah, that one's going to be good. So make sure you tap in on playback, man, for a chance to win. But right now, the Miami Heat are up 28-20. If that game gets interesting, I will be live streaming it over on playback in the second half. So stay tuned for that. Again, just getting home now, guys. Let's go. Hey, playoff basketball super freaking fun. Super freaking fun. This is what it's all about. I'm going to be covering it. Even when the Lakers don't play, I'm going to have post games for different games when the good ones happen. So, yes, there you go, Kimiko. She makes it easy. All you got to do is click the link. It's absolutely free to download, and you get a golden opportunity to watch now more than ever. There's double the VIP passes right now. At least that's what it's been the last couple playoff games. So, yeah, you guys will get a chance to watch along for absolutely free. So, yeah, if you guys don't have anywhere to watch or if you just want to kick it with wonderful family, even if you don't get a chance to get a VIP pass, Playback. Don't stay back. Download Playback today, the number one rising sports app on the internet for sure. But I would love for the Mavs to play them. Bro, me too. I want to see Mavs versus Thunder. It would be interesting for sure. I'm rooting for the Mavs today, but may the best team win because I do want the Thunder to go through some competition. That way they're not freshly rested just in case they're in the Western Conference Finals to face us. So that's what I want for sure. I agree. Evan says, Dan, do you think the Warriors will win the Rocket series? It depends on the officiating, man. I truly wholeheartedly believe if they are allowed to play regularly, I think that there's a golden opportunity for the Rockets to win. I think they're the more supremely talented team. If we're looking from A to Z, they got guys like Sengun. They got Jalen Green. They got Amen Thompson, who I'm a big fan of. They got even Dylan Brooks, who I'm not a fan of, but he's scrappy and his play style kind of benefits in the playoffs a little bit more defensively, at least. Who am I missing? They got players. Fred VanVleet, a veteran who's been in the trenches for years with Toronto. Just a well-rounded team, guys. They have it. And so I think if the officials referee that game at least halfway decent, and if it's not like a complete muckery like the last one the Warriors played in versus the Grizzlies was, if they just officiated properly, then I think the Rockets take it in 7, maybe even less. But I have a feeling it's going to be a whistle fest, and I don't enjoy those type of playoff series. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I can recap some of those games and it'll be good. If something interesting happens in the playoffs, you guys know where to find me, either here or on Playback. So make sure you guys download both. Let's see. I have no problem with Rob, but all he did was answer the phone. Nico pretty much gave him Luka. That is false. Trained to go. Rob Pelinka actually negotiated down from that trade because rumor has it that trade involved more pieces from our side. Okay, including Austin Reeves. So people see, this is what I mean about casual talk. Casuals will tell you stuff like this. I'm not calling you a casual, but I'm saying casuals will tell you things like these. Don't believe them, because I'm telling you right now, Rob Pelinka did his job. Not only was he able to hold it on, keep it under wraps, but he used his relationship. He had a relationship with Nico Harrison. He used that relationship, and then he finessed the crap out of him with that. So he's an absolute shark. He finessed him. That's what you're supposed to do as a GM. You're supposed to look out for your own team, and then on top of that, he kept it under wraps, because if this even leaks a little bit, if he even tells his family members and they tell somebody at school and it leaks, then guess what? We would not have Luka right now. We would have had Anthony Davis, and we probably would have been in the play-in tournament because of the injuries Anthony Davis went through right towards the end of the year. So Rob Pelinka did a couple of things, and that's what I hate. That narrative that he didn't do nothing, he just answered the phone. It's not that easy. This isn't like the movies, y'all. Right? Lawyers have to be there, making sure the salary cap is within the trade limit. He has to make sure to stay under that apron. There's just so much he has to do in order to execute that trade, and he did it successfully. So let's give him his flowers. And that's not the only trade he's done. He also did the Anthony Davis trade. That's 2 blockbuster mega stars he has landed in Los Angeles. So if you look at it overall, I like to look at his body of work as he has landed a championship and 2 blockbuster trades that include megastars coming to LA. Anthony Davis was the first one, and Luka Doncic was the second one. To me, he has proven himself, right? I don't know what else we can ask for. I know that we are spoiled as Laker fans, and we expect the best of the best, and I wouldn't have it any other way. But he's given us everything we can ask for. Only other thing he could have gave us is a big man. But that's a topic for another conversation that hopefully we'll have this offseason. He said NBA League Pass need to make TV games available for the Watch On app. It's bullcrap. We pay money just for some games in the season to show, but playoff games are blacked out. Yeah, man. The NBA has gotten stingier. with everything. Like you have to have cable to watch all the Laker games, and then they're blacked out if you're, nationally restricted if you're local, and like it's like you get punished for being a local. I don't like that. And for you guys that have League Pass, yeah, you get punished the other way around for not being a local. So it's like we got to find. I wish they had one platform where they just show all the games. Now the League Pass that I have is the unlimited. That's the one that I have with playback, which is why I get to show you guys unlimited with no blackouts, no restrictions. I do believe they have that for regular consumers as well, not just us content creators. So definitely look into that if you're interested in that. But that might cost you a pretty penny. But this is why you guys tap into playback with your boy, and make sure you guys are there on time to get a VIP pass. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. We got to give credit where credit is due. We can't just say, oh, Rob just answered the phone. It's not that easy. If everybody knew everything that it entails to make a blockbuster deal, it's everything, man. There's so much that goes into it. So much. You got to make the money work. Luckily, Rob has a background in being an agent, being Kobe's agent all these years, and a couple other NBA agents of a couple of other NBA players has helped him in that perspective, how to manage the money and all that good stuff, right? My boy Die Hard, what's up, fam? He said Rob made some questionable moves, but he always came back, and Rob, we trust. That's right, my brother. Salute. Good to see you, man. And yeah, absolutely. All in all, I will tell you, just like Luka Doncic is faithful and loyal, Laker fans are the same way. You show us hope, and we will get behind you. The moment you betray that, then we'll get after you. But Rob, for the most part, has held his own. It's not easy being a general manager or a VP here in LA. There's always scrutiny. He understood that when he took the job. And like I said, 1 championship and 2 superstars later, here he is. He's still with us. So he's worked out so far, and hopefully he continues to work out, right? Alicia says, I'm so happy Luka is a Laker. I never knew how kind-hearted he is off the court, and he says he's loyal to the Lakers now. What a great human being. That's part of the reason I always love Luka. I like humble players. I'm a big fan. He's always given back to his community, from Dallas to when he arrived here, renting out parking structures for people to park for free to come watch him play, helping the wildfire victims, everything he does. He's always a phenomenal human being. And so it's part of the reason I had his Dallas Maverick jersey. Like I said, I almost purchased John Moran's jersey too, because I was a fan of his game until he came out here doing all that weird stuff, and then can't get behind it. I like humility and kindness because that's the way I try to be. And so, Luka definitely embodies what it means to be a Laker, in the best of way. He's a winner. He's a killer on the court, but total class and a great human being off the court. Very similar to Kobe Bryant, isn't it? Doesn't it ring a bell? Kobe was phenomenal with the fans off the court, but he was a killer on the court and always humble and down to earth. And this is why we fell in love with Kobe Bryant. And it's why we have fallen in love with Luka as well. So, it's great to see. And Laker fans, you guys are the best, man. We are all the best because we showed love to this man from day one. And we were very classy with Anthony Davis. We didn't slander him, none of that stuff. Very classy, still showed him love and support, but we're happy for the change. And that's the best way to do it. Let's see here. My guy, Luka Bazooka Hookah, Lakers in 5. Keith, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. Thank you, man. I love those Lakers in 5 quotes. Those are funny, man. Shout out to my guy for coming up with those. My guy Shannon Sharp. Dyer says, mind y'all, other teams were not dealing in good faith towards us. To try and paraphrase Rob, you can't buy a house that's not for sale. And I think that's probably the most important. That's probably the most impressive thing about Rob being able to do what he's done, is that in spite of, I think a lot of the reason why those years we couldn't get a deal done and we question Rob's ability to build relationships is because a lot of people hate the Lakers and they're not trying to help us out, which is why even we had to keep this under wraps. Even Jeannie Buss said it recently on one of her interviews. There's a lot of powers that be that try to stop us from making our deals. So it was very important. And I'm paraphrasing here. Don't quote her. But she said something along the lines of that. That's why they had to keep everything under wraps, and that's why Rob has earned this extension. One thing I will always commend Rob about is that even though I've been able to guess a lot of the moves that we have made as Laker fans or as the Laker franchise, Rob has probably kept me guessing the most because he really keeps everything under wraps. Even my source. Remember during the trade deadline, I told you guys that I had a feeling something big was going to happen, but I'm not exactly sure what. but my source kept telling me to keep an eye on the Lakers. Keep an eye on the Lakers. They're looking to make a big splash. But I don't even think he knew that the big splash was going to be this big, right? We're thinking getting another big man alongside AD, maybe a starting caliber player next to them, and call it a day. We went out and we got a generational, transcendent offensive talent who has the potential to be the face of the league. It's not every day those type of players are in the market. So again, we have to commend Rob Pelinka, and we have to congratulate him on his achievement of getting this contract extension. Matter of fact, I think Rob Pelinka's season so far has warranted a round of applause. And thank you guys as well, man. You guys definitely warrant a round of applause. Appreciate all the support, all the comments, all the likes. Please keep hitting that like button, guys. We're almost at 26K. Road to 30K right after, man. Very excited for that. All the hard work, all the blood, sweat, and tears that's went into this channel has paid off, and you guys have made sure of that. So I want to thank you guys for, all season long, all the support. Now we're going to multiply that in the playoffs. I'm very excited, guys. Also, do not forget to download Playback. Again, Kimmy Goat has already posted the link several times here on the chat. It is the best rising sports app to watch sports alongside with your favorite content creators like me and others. So stay tuned, guys. I will see you guys later on for that game. I think it tips off at 7, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't looked at the schedule. Mavs versus Grizzlies. We'll be covering it over on Playback. And if it's really, really good, I will do a post game, and I will break down the new matchups of the playoffs, okay? So stay tuned for that, guys. Again, follow me over there. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And I will see you guys hopefully later on, all right? Enjoy the rest of your evening. Happy weekend. Happy Friday. Happy Easter. All of that good stuff. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.